Hello, welcome. My name is Tracy. Thanks so much for joining me. This is a project that we'll be making today. I'm featuring some of the retiring products from the annual catalogue. One of those is the Birthday Blooms stamp set. This is one of my must-haves. If you saw my video with some of the retiring products, this is one that I highly recommend if you don't already own to actually buy. I have used it so often and it's so versatile, so beautiful. So this one I made actually in Blushing Bride, and I made it previously probably over a month ago, and I just wanted to change it up because Blushing Bride's staying with us with the new colour revamp, but Pink Pirouette's leaving, so I thought I'd change it to a Pink Pirouette with Wild Wasabi as the greenery. You'll find a link to my blog in the description of this video where all the measurements and supplies are listed. There's also a link to my online store where you can purchase all your Stampin' Out supplies. If you use the Hostess code for the month, I will send you a thank you gift. Okay, so we'll get started. Like I said, we're using Pink Pirouette as the card base, and then I have a piece of Pink Pirouette as the matting, and then shimmery white cardstock is because we're going to be doing a little bit of watercolouring as well. So I'll just fold and burnish the card base. So like I said, all the measurements will be on my blog. You can check them all out there. So I'll put these two aside, bringing in the shimmery white. Just going to run that over with the embossing buddy because I'm going to be heat embossing on this. I want to get rid of all the static. So bring Versamark in, and the large flower stamp that's in this set, that's what we're going to use. Stamping it up. So Versamark is a clear sticky ink. I'm going to stamp one down there. Inking up again. And another one just there. And I'm using silver embossing powder to emboss with. I keep these just in containers. I just find it easier than a little tub. Just put my finger there. I'm just going to bring the heat tool in and heat that up. So just heating the back of the card up takes some of that warpness out. So we're going to use the aqua brush and Pink Pirouette ink. So I'm just going to get some into my palette there. I've just got some powder there, so hang on a sec. So adding a bit of water in there, and we're just going to colour in the flower. I always find that if I colour it in first and then let it dry and go in, you can add highlights. I'm not the best at watercolouring, but this sort of works for me. So this would work with any colour. Such a pretty stamp, I think, and because there's quite a few different images there that you can use, and I love this little border of the hearts. It's not a straight line, which I like that it's, you know, a little bit different. Now you can also use your re-inkers if you want to put a couple of drops of the re-inkers in there. That would work. So has everyone seen the new ink pads and all the new colours that are coming out and some of the returning colours? What does everyone think? I'm really happy with the colours that are coming in. So just cleaning my brush there, and I'm going to bring in the Wild Wasabi. I would have been better off getting the re-inkers. These are very light colours. These are the subtles. Now because that's still wet, I've got to be very careful not to mix the colour in with the pink Pirouette. If you're to fully get it, let it dry before doing the next colour, it just makes it easier. But I don't want to be here all day showing you this card, so I'm not super neat. That's not my style. I'm a bit quick and easy. But you can definitely take your time doing if you like things a lot more neat. So like I said, we're going to just go through with the base colour first, and then go back through to give it some highlights. And I love how this card turned out. It's really soft and subtle. I missed the two flowers there. Bring that colour back in. And that flower there too. I'm not paying much attention today, am I? Okay. Okay, so what I'm going to do is just going to go and grab my re-inkers and put a drop of re-inker into my lid. One sec. Okay, so I have my re-inkers here. If you have the stamp pads and don't have the re-inkers, grab them now while you still can, because once your colour runs out, if you don't have a re-inker, that ink pad is no good. So I'm just going to stick a drop in each one. I'm going to grab my other aqua brush. This one's just that little bit smaller. Just go in with some details. So a bit of water. So I'm going to focus on where it's dark in the middle and where all the shading is. So you can put in as much or as little extra colour as you like. Because I'm using the re-inker, it gives quite a bit of colour. So if you're just going to squeeze your lid again, it won't give you as much of this colour, but do what pleases you, what effect you like. So really doing it quite roughly. So I'm happy with that. I'm going to go in with the wild wasabi now. Oh, that's a little bit too dark. That's better. I'm just going in and highlighting the leaves. That's it. Just grab a baby wipe just to really clean that out, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to do some flicking of So what we're going to do is we're going to flick the colour here. So I've picked up, there we go. I just want a bit darker. Obviously this one's Blushing Bride, so it's a lot darker, but I'm just going to put another drop of the re-inker in. Okay, so that's heaps. Show you that up close. So that's really good. So I might just bring in the heat tool and just heat that up a little bit to dry it. So that's given it a really nice effect there, and it doesn't take long to dry, like it's really quick to dry. So not only is the Wisteria Wonder and the pink Pirouette retiring, they're also retiring the 1/8 inch silver trim ribbon. So we're using that, and I'm just going to tie a bow. I've used this a lot too. This is really good ribbon. Goes with everything. Comes in silver and gold. I've already stocked up. I've got a few in my stash because I find it works really well in my classes. So just a bow like that. And we're also using the mini sequin trim. This one is staying in the new annual catalogue, but I'm just going to have about that much. Cut that off. And I've found glue dots are the best way to stick these down. So I'll stick a glue dot on this one. Now, as you can see, there's no sentiment on this card because this could be used in, like, put it in your stash, and it could be used for anything, even a sympathy card. I'm just going to stick this one down as well. Beautiful. So I'll bring the base and the mat back in. This one I'm going to stick straight down on here. Now, because we've watercoloured, it's a little bit warped, so you'll either have to use fast fuse or tear and tape. You need a strong adhesive, and I recommend you put adhesive on all 4 sides because you don't want it to lift. It lifts and buckles as it is. You want it to be stuck down really well. So just popping that in the middle. All the measurements are on my blog if you want to make one of these as well. And then I'm going to stick some dimensionals on the back of this one and pop it up. So it is a really quick and simple card. There's not much to it, but it packs a lot of impact. I think it's a gorgeous, gorgeous card. And watercolouring, don't be afraid. Like I said, I've done mine very roughly, and I think it comes out really well. There we go. So that's 2 cards, Pink Pirouette and Blushing Bride. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, please give it a thumbs up. I would also love it if you left me a comment. And don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss out on my next video. So just quickly, I still have some swap cards left over. I have in the description of this video my email address. If you want to just pop your address down and send me an email, I will send you out one of these cards. Thanks so much for joining me today. I hope you've had a good day, and I'll see you next time. Bye.